Well, as I say, my parents spoke Yiddish, so it was a part of my life from the beginning. And I grew up bilingual in that sense. Um, and then, we had the Yiddish school. I would say my experience of it most was to try to escape it because I wanted my parents to speak English. I didn't, growing up, you want to be part of everything around you, and my parents always spoke Yiddish, although to me they would often speak English, but they would speak Yiddish to me because I did understand it. But there was a period in my life, I have to say, when I totally tried to escape that. And so when I went to college and away from this very strongly Jewish bubble that I grew up in Winnipeg, I went to UCLA. So I came to the United States. That's when I came to the United States in 1960 to go to college. And the reason was because my mother was moving to the United States too after my father died. But I came a few years earlier because I was just starting college. And it was the first time that I was actually involved with a non-Yiddish based group. And I, was just kind of amazed by it, and I just really dove into it. And I dated this Iranian guy, and I dated this black guy. I mean, I just never really had exposure to people like that before. I lived in a dorm at UCLA, and I did not join a Jewish sorority. I just lived at the dorm. I didn't really identify with any Jewish groups. I didn't seek out the Hillel on campus or anything like that. So I was actually just glad to be free of all of that. So there was about a 20-year period, I would say, from the time I started college until, I was married and had kids, where I really, although I still certainly had my Jewish identity, and as it turned out, most of the friends I made and were close to and still I'm in touch with were Jewish. And my family, I did have family in Los Angeles and all, but it didn't, as I say, seek out those Jewish organizations until, I was married and had kids and we were settled in the suburbs of Boston.